space station, reaching out to unspecified Joshua Dobbs.
Wait. Didn't he get benched?
We don't know yet. That's why there's no quarterback.
Okay,
there's no
right.
quarterback in that graphic. Look up. No quarterback in that graphic this week. Josh Dobbs last week threw 4 interceptions. And the Vikings said, hey, we gave you the starting job pretty quick, and you look good. But now we're a little worried about you. So
it's almost like once he started learning the offense, he went downhill. What happened?
Maybe they should have just let him play that brand of football.
Playbook away.
Yeah, I mean, not only did they lose, not only did they throw 4 interceptions, but they lost to a team that scored 0 touchdowns. They lost to field goals, 4 field goals by the Chicago Bears. Again, Dobbs, 22 of 32, 185 yards, a touchdown, and 4 interceptions. What helps you even less is the running game. Alexander Madison only racked up 52 yards, and Justin Jefferson still has not returned from his injury. I don't know if he's going to be activated for the rest of the year because at this point, really, what's the point? You're sitting at 6-6. And the NFC, as much as we talk about the AFC being better than the NFC, in 2023, that's not the case.
Yeah, the tides are starting to turn. I feel like back in the day,
it's 2010 again.
It used to be that way. The NFC took over.
Because remember,
for quite some time.
Well, it was the Patriots every year. That was the only threat in the AFC, other than Peyton Manning every once in a while. But you had the Packers with Rodgers. You had the Saints with Breeze. You had the Giants with Eli. Cowboys with Romo. Obviously no Super Bowls, but they were competitive. Stafford, competitive with the Lions for at least a couple of seasons. So the NFC was always on top, and it just the tides are turning. I like that. I like that turn of a phrase. Jimmy Garoppolo is not hurt, Mike. He is not injured. I can understand why you would think that, but when
I lost track of him, I forgot that he had gotten benched.
when they fired Josh McDaniels, the new head coach decided to go with Aiden O'Connell, who I still think is one of the worst rookies I've ever seen. He holds onto the ball way too long, and it's putrid. As you can see on the screen, the 29th offense in the league for a reason, right? Maybe they should go back to Garoppolo.
He's like a fat Derek Carr.
It's just because he wears 4. It's just because he wears 4.
That's what he's like to me. I mean, yeah.
The Raiders are coming off of a bye week. After losing to the Chiefs by a score of 31-17, they lost 2 straight against Miami. That was a little close, and then against Kansas City, their last victory coming on November 12th against the Jets. This could very well be a chance for them to get back in the win column.
I think so. I think they have a chance at this game, no matter who's at the helm at quarterback. But
that's the problem, right? Who is going to start? I need to see if there's any information on the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, I think I need to know that before I make my choice in this one, because with Josh Dobbs even having a terrible game, I think that
we were wrong. Vikings to start Josh Dobbs on Sunday after Coach Kevin O'Connell took a look at everything.
Okay, so he's saying this wasn't Dobbs' fault. It was the rest of the team, maybe a little bit. Is that what they're saying? I mean, there's kind of a little bit of emphasis of take a look at everything there.
I think it's more of there's nothing underneath him. Like, he is the best we have. He is what we're going with. It's the same way the Jets named Zach Wilson the starter this week. I put that in the last video after we created it because it came out after we filmed. But I think this game is very uninteresting to me as well. I'm not very intrigued by this matchup. I will say I'm surprised at the Vikings ranks. I'm surprised they're up there in terms of where they are in the league. 6-6, 5-7. Really, we're playing for draft picks at this point. I don't think either of these teams are going to be a Super Bowl contender. If one of them sneaks into the playoffs, they're going to get bounced pretty quick.
I agree.
I really don't know.
I still think I have better faith in the Vikings than I do the Raiders. Just by a touch. Just by a touch. Okay. But I don't know. I feel like
when's their last meeting? Can Can we see their last meeting?
Their last meeting was August 14th, 2022.
Preseason.
Preseason.
I can't go off of that.
I can't believe they would list that as the last meeting. How awful. How terrible, NFL.com. How terrible of you to do that.
I'm going to tell you, Mike.
Doesn't count.
I'm going to take the Raiders. I think, this is a Cardinals-Rams situation on the opposite foot, so don't mess it up. I'm taking the Raiders. Don't mess it up. Let's see where you go.
It's one of those coin flip games.
You never bring a coin on the set.
I don't. The only one I have
is a double-sided.
It's a double-sided one. Actually, I think I do have one somewhere. Yeah, I do. Here, I have a challenge coin. Here, if it's the United States Marine side, it's gonna be the Vikings. If it's this side, I don't know what that insignia is. I'm sorry, Ken. I forgot. You did tell me. Then we're picking the Raiders, so I guess I'm picking the Raiders with you, buddy.
You know what's interesting about that is you said this side was the Raiders, and this side has
colors,
a skull on it.
A skull, and it's black. It's the Raiders colors.
Perfect. All right. Well, we're on the same page. We'll include Aaron's picks in a separate video. I know I forgot to do that on some of the other videos, so I'm going to give him his own little chance to shine. He is your KellyCast Week 13 Predictions Champion, so I have to give him...
He's won it two more times than you have, or one more time than you have. I'm sorry. How does that feel?
It feels like I'm about to cut this part of the video. I'm messing. I'll keep it in. Guys, we want to thank you for watching all the videos this week. We are finally done, so thank the Lord for that. We'll be coming back at you next week with Week 15. And on Saturday, myself and Mike will be live. Time still to be determined right now for your Bills and Chiefs preview. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And next week, we'll be back with more. So please like, share, subscribe, comment, tell your friends and everybody else that you know about the KellyCast, about the great set that we have, about the camaraderie between these two doofuses, things like that. We love you, we appreciate you, and we'll be seeing you in the next one.